So we at the castle, and strange enough this morning I was attacked on social media. Well, if I get attacked while I'm in the castle, it's fine. The thing is that there's a lot about this, and I think it's not only about the surface ideologies that we have as to why we're here today. I fully support the event. Dr. Anwah Nagia from Element Investment is here. I bumped into him in front and he said something very pertinent, and I thought it was have to go live again to talk about this, because the points that he mentioned is crucial. So just listen to this carefully. Why are we here and what does it mean?
Look, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for having me. And certainly we must understand that South Africa has a distinct colonial history. It had a colonial history both by the Dutch as well as by the British. So it's different types of double whammy against the oppressed and exploited. Both racial capitalism, slavery, all of this took place here. But this castle, this building that used to house the so-called gentry of both the British Empire and the Dutch colonization, we today, in the name of all those shaheeds, those slaves, which they call the slaves, were absolutely tortured in this very place.
So this is obviously from the 1600s up.
Exactly. So more than 350 years we've liberated to an extent this place. And this is the process of liberation, where the call for prayer, for Muslim call for prayer, in fact, is called from here today. Where the mass Jumu'ah is called for prayer today. So it is a way of us not identifying with colonization, but in fact decolonizing this place in terms of its ethos, in terms of what it generates. But let me just remind you, the South African Parliament in 1994, when they held the Nationalist Party and all its agencies held that parliament so sacred, even clubs called the Year 17 emerged from that particular parliament. That was the same parliament who passed racial laws and also passed draconian laws to separate and to dismember most of societies. You know what we did? We actually changed diapers in the parliament seats.
Yes.
We liberated that place, that young babies, their seats can be changed. So we absolutely managed to piss on their colonial empires. And you know something? Iranian revolution, you can debate about what the politics for Iran should
and
should
ideologies
not be,
and philosophies.
forget that aside. Under the so-called Shah, he had a very, very ruthless team called Savak, and that same team, parallels can be drawn to what is called Mossad in Israel. What the Iranian government at the time, the Revolutionary Party, did, parts of where Savak used to sit, they used it for public toilets. They used it for public toilets to show that we've actually conquered. So today, no matter what the kind of orientation is, where people might say, you know, why are we here? Why shouldn't we here? Why not? The question is, why not? Today, it's a statement that we vindicate all the slaves that were here. We're not doing a disservice to their memory. We're actually vindicating their memory.
Correct, yes. And just thinking about the very aspect that all Muslims, whatever people want to say, so people are talking about different sects and all of that, and that part also got into the discussion here. Do you not think that there could be one day when the city says, signed on the dotted line saying, use the venue for what you want to do? Is there not this one day that we can put all aside, all that little ideas that we have about each other, and say, let's just do this together?
I think it's important. I think one of the scourges, in fact, Sayyid Qutb, and in his writings, I forget it, the Conference of Unity, where he actually says the biggest scourge of Islam is Islamic nationalism. I'm a Cape Muslim, I'm a Durban Muslim, I'm a Joburg Muslim, I'm an Indo-Pak Muslim, I'm a Salafi. These scourges has no place in Islam.
Correct.
And this is what we're a victim of, is people arming themselves with ignorance, and we're living in the discourse of ignorance. I don't profess to be anywhere near any of our theologians and the role that they played on every side.
So if you're going to play that game, you're essentially saying that if you're prepared to play that game when we're doing something like as momentous as we are today, then you are bowing down to the very powers that put you there in the first place.
Well, exactly. You know, part of the process of liberating not only our minds, but liberating spaces and places. It's important. So the Group Areas Act is gone, and people now can occupy spaces which they couldn't do. And this space represented the epitome of colonization. This is the oldest colonized building in the whole of probably South Africa and Africa. It's the first one. It's a fortress. It's about dispossession. It's about military. It's about literally abusing people in the prisons. They in fact use this as a way to kind of correctively punish the leadership, the Muslim leadership that came from Indonesia and other parts of the Asian diaspora.
And so how can anyone not see the fact that the Adhan and the Quranic recitation is in that very venue where that would never have been permitted?
Absolutely. I think it is unrealizing as an unintended consequence today. Although we must commend Sharif Abbas, we must commend IPSA, which is the only Islamic university in this country, for taking the initiative and also bringing a great man to South Africa, the Mufti of Al-Aqsa, which is our first Qibla. We're better for him because he lives in occupied Palestine. He lives in occupied territories. Even Al-Aqsa is occupied. And for him today to break the chain of those particular legacies of apartheid and legacies of oppression, I think it's a wonderful thing. I think those people that are condemning your presence and our presence here are a bit impoverished. I can't be judgmental. They might have a viewpoint, but they must explain to me their viewpoint. So I don't want to preempt a harsh sentence on them, but I do forgive them and they must forgive me. You see, the point in life is, as a Muslim, the truth is the majority of one.
Correct.
So the truth, do not succumb to any other deviations.
Correct.
It's the truth or it's not the truth.
Correct.
So therefore, if our position is wrong, it's not a watered down position, it's wrong. If our position is right, it's a correct position. So we will not fall for this whole kind of notion that we must allow people their space and allow people their thinking. That you can have as an interaction and people can think. But just remember one thing, this notion that you have the right to be wrong is absolutely bulldoze.
No, correct.
You
100%.
don't have a right to be wrong. It is not your inalienable. Freedom of speech is fine. But you don't have the freedom to be a racist. There's no such freedom.
100%.
You don't have the freedom to be wrong and impose your will that is either unscientific or completely illogical or completely fascist, that you can wish that upon people. That can never be right in any denomination, in any society.
Correct.
So you don't have a right to be wrong.
Correct.
You can make a mistake and err, but you don't have a right to do it. That's not a right
100%.
human beings can enjoy. We accept to an extent what is called the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. But obviously, in our case as Muslims, Quran is our direction, Quran is our guidance, and Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, all the Sunnahs of Nabi, authentic hadith and others, is what we should be following.
Correct. Just in conclusion, from a personal point of view, how do you feel today, knowing that we're about approximately maybe 20 minutes away from the actual Jumu'ah happening, and you're going to be part of all of that? What's your personal sentiment?
Look, I think under no circumstances possibly did I want to avoid A, the bravery, and B, being part of the resistance in motion. Part of the Palestine Museum, which I represent here today, and the Al-Kaf Human Rights Center, forget my working life, but Al-Kaf Human Rights Center and the issues around Palestine is today why I'm here. And I can't miss this opportunity in putting my social mark on this event for me personally, and then hopefully we hope to inspire and to encourage other people to do the same. For those who listen to us now, please find your way here. It is a way of
it's a historic day. It's really a historic day. And it's a historic weekend. Thank you for joining us. Remember, today, tomorrow and Sunday, be part of what's happening here. And I think 5 years down the line, we probably look back and say, we did it. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.